You don't need to be in every room. You just have to be in the ones that count. When I first moved to LA, maybe 7 or 8 years ago, my goal was to come here and slay the songwriting industry so hard. I had dreamed about being in rooms with people that I have admired and looked up to for my entire life. And then finally, I was clinking drinks with them at the bar, I was at parties with them, I was out and about, and it felt like my dreams were coming true. That was until I started trying to actually work with these people and be in the sessions that really counted and get those cuts. To be honest with you, for years, I felt kind of ostracized from the songwriting community. People would come up to me and be like, you're so talented, you're so amazing, you're an incredible artist. But then when it came time for me to help them write their songs, or if a producer needed like an additional writer, I was just never thought of. This is honestly not a unique experience. It's pretty typical for anyone who is just moving to the city and getting started in a new career. I oftentimes felt like I wasn't invited to the table that I so longed to be a part of, and it really crushed my spirit for so long. After a couple of years, I was just like, screw it, I'm gonna start producing for myself. It was something I was already learning how to do and teetering with for my entire life, but I decided to take it really seriously around 5 or so years ago. Now, producing has become my single greatest skill and my secret to success as being an artist. Not only has it inspired my own unique and original sound, but now I don't have to wait around for producers to do anything, and also I'm an asset to all the producers that I work with because we share the same skill set. Now, years later, life has a funny way of putting you in the rooms that you're supposed to be in without you even trying or asking. I'm like hearing stuff rumbling in the forest, and I'm like, please don't attack me. Do you hear that rumble? It's a squirrel. It's a squirrel in the tree. Okay, that makes me feel better. I was recently and randomly invited to be a camp that I knew nobody in, and it has provided more for me financially than any other like random writing session that I would have ever aspired to be a part of. And that's because of the work I did myself as a producer, not because of some random person that I was dying to be in a room with years ago. This applies to not just any profession, but also your entire life. When I was in elementary school, I wanted to be part of the popular kids so bad, it ate at me every day. I would come home and talk to my mom and be like, they just don't like me, they just don't want to be my friend. I just thought they were the coolest people ever. And I'll never forget, it was like the last day of school, my mom was like, there are 2 kids who are dying to hang out with you, and they've been trying to hang out with you the whole year. Why don't you try actually being friends with them instead? And it really changed my perspective of trying to knock down someone's door that just simply doesn't want you to be in there. I also had way more fun hanging out with people who actually wanted to hang out and be around me versus trying to hang out with people who just didn't care. However, there is a catch. What if some people want you there in that room and some people don't? I was invited to something that I would naturally go to, and I walked into the room, and there were some people who were ecstatic to see me, and there were some people who were like, I'm still laughing about that. It brought me back to those elementary school days where people would bully me and they just really didn't know anything about me. To be honest, I barely knew anything about myself at the time. And it just really clicked for me that people who don't know you personally, but they know you through the opinions of others, can't make you feel like you don't belong because they simply just don't have enough knowledge or context about you for it to be relevant. This is just like when someone disses your favorite artist and you can tell they've only heard a song or two adjacently through somebody else. It's not going to make you not love your favorite artist. In fact, you just kind of dismiss their opinion because you know they don't have the full context of experience that you have, not just in loving their songs, but loving their artistry, maybe the memories you've collected over the years with their songs, etc., etc., etc. Everyone is allowed to have their own opinion, and everyone is allowed to have their own opinion about you, but it does not mean that every opinion is relevant to your journey. It's important to remove focus from those people and put the focus on the people who love and get you. I am a people pleaser, and people pleasers tend to do this all the time. As a people pleaser, I want everybody to like me, but that is not the point. In fact, people who don't like you can help you understand why you love the people who do love you and appreciate you and get you. And look, as I said that, the sun is coming out so beautifully. The people who love you will amplify you 1,000 times stronger than the people who don't. And the people who don't like you are just proving your power because they're bothered by your existence. So how does this apply to the creative industry? If you look at any artist big glow up, almost 9 times out of 10, it's somebody in their inner circle who just really believed in them and really got them. It is very rare somebody is plucked out of obscurity by someone that doesn't know them. And for those stories, they usually don't end well, or they're not grounded. Not everybody understands your vision or your heart, but the people who do get it, those are the ones you have to focus on. There is this concept of the superfan. Do you think Goop Kitchen is worried about the people who think they're too expensive? Do you think Erewhon really cares if you can't afford their smoothies? No, they're focusing on the people who really like them and get them and want their smoothies. Do you think Beyonce and Taylor Swift are worried about their fan bases liking each other? No, they're worried about their individual fan bases because that's who pays their bills at the end of the day. That's who loves them and supports them, and that's why they're so big. Taylor Swift could focus on all of her haters, or she could just focus on all of her supporters. Who's still around? And your artistry can be like this too. Do you think Charli XCX is concerned with people who don't like the fact that she uses autotune? No, in fact, she doubled down on that. Her fans became really empowered in it, and it became something very alluring for her artistry. What might be holding your art back is the intention for it to be liked by everybody. But it only really needs to be appreciated by the people who want to get it. Once you have that laser focus, it will make your artistry so much more compelling and interesting, and it'll be way easier to create things. You won't be focusing on if this snare sounds right or if this vocal processing is too weird, because it'll be true to you, and you know the people who really love you will get it. And the people who also really love you will be able to share their honest opinions about it without it coming from a hateful place. Okay, time for some weekly updates and also some weekly faves. Weekly update is I decided to switch some things around with my next single. I thought I was about to give you guys the Juggernaut slam dunk single, but I just really feel like it needs a Juggernaut slam dunk music video, and I just need a little bit more time to plan it. And I've just been so inspired by seeing everyone do really sick music videos. I just don't want to be left out. Seeing the squirrels. Oh, it's actually so cute. I'm gonna give you guys a slam dunk video as the same probably release date as the EP. I did that for my last album, Heatwave, and it worked so well. Basically, nobody really remembers this, but when I was releasing my last album, songs were doing pretty good, but they weren't doing crazy good. It was just consistent. And then by the last release, which was Heatwave, the focus track, and I put out the music video, that music video blew up, and it just had so much attention on the album. So I'm just gonna put all the focus and attention on the single that actually comes out when the EP comes out. I'm only gonna do one weekly fave, and it's Super 8. Shooting Super 8 film has been so great. I've been randomly shooting a lot of celebrities doing Super 8 content. A lot of people don't know this about me, but I am a director, so we end up doing a lot of photo shoots, and Super 8 is just something I just randomly know how to do because I've been so interested in video for so long. And just real analog film, there is nothing like it. You can add LUTs to your footage, you can add grain, you can do DaVinci Resolve, whatever you want. Nothing beats a real film coming from a Super 8 or from 16mm. It is just insane how creamy and gorgeous it all looks. This squirrel. All right, that's it for this week. Bye.